Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Modstream. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Veeq. What's up, dude?
Hi.
Hope you guys are having a splendid family day. We have a patch. It's not as robust and bulletproof as I wanted it to be. But aside from crashes that I've reproduced when fighting Zerg AI, I've been able to see quite a few changes. And they're all documented here. It's a Christmas Eve present for you all. Hopefully, we'll have a Christmas present for you all sometime tomorrow with the crashes fixed and maybe some other small things. But this is what we got. Got the new Zerg units, AI support for them, got some new features. An exciting one that Veeq was able to put together today is starting melee workers spawn on the side of their town center closest to minerals. That's epic. You can check that out. Should make some stuff more fair. And yeah.
I mean, we could also fix how refineries and similar have uneven spreads for depending on the position.
You're talking about collision?
Yeah.
That's just an unit stat. So basically the Vespene Geyser has 64, 63, 32, 31. Refinery is much smaller, 56, 32, 31. Assimilator is the smallest, 48, 48, 32, 24. And Extractor is pretty close to Geyser, it looks like. It's identical to Geyser. IMO, we should probably drop the left-right side of things by maybe to 60. And then set up and down to 30. And then we can do the same here. And we'll just standardize that. And we'll see how that works. It is going to impact some things, but like some map balances. It's a very Merry Fraudmas after all. What's up, Kian? What's up, Balathal? Merry Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, whatever. So yeah, the patch is pretty epic. I've got to make a bit of a Christmas present for iquare here. There was a couple of things he asked me to do a long time ago. And I just never got around to doing them. So one of them was he wanted me to make a smaller version of the fusion cutter effect, or like the hit from the SCV weapon. So I should be able to tackle that relatively easily. I don't actually know what it's called. Bullet SCV Spark. The question is, can I get away with simply shrinking it? Probably not, but... I think, yeah, I might actually be able to use that idea to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure exactly how you'd hit the like a solid randomized spread or where the overlay would go, but I also can't quite remember if he wanted like a specific color setup for this. But let's try that. So we've got 10 frames here. I'm not sure if that'll be small enough is the problem. But all right. So this is 1223. And I need to open up my sprite stat file and pick a, okay. Oops. So this is and do not include envision. That should be good enough. And then over here, .237 is the iScript for it. Does not turn, is not clickable, and normal draw. So now we can set up a quick weapon flingy. So this is just 0, 0, 0, 0. And I forget what the sprite ID was for it, 658. And there you go. So 327 is our flingy. Maybe it could be a preset pattern with an additional frame set that's offset, so it looks somewhat random, but really it would repeat. Yeah, I don't actually know. Like with visual stuff, I think it's actually fine for some randomness to happen. There's gonna be some like super hardcore purists out there who would say like any randomness in a competitive game, even if it's like visual, could be disruptive for readability or something. But I think as long as your reads are like consistent internally, I don't think you run a risk of that actually happening. Like I could see an argument that the idle animations I've added for Zerg units make them feel like it's hard to immediately know if they're starting to move or if they're starting to attack or if they're just idling. I could see somebody making that argument, but I also think that the trade-off of having them be like actually writhing around, the thematic consistency you get from that, plus the minimal nature of the cases where that would actually be a concern, doesn't make me think that it's a real issue to worry about. So, in short, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Ha! Remember when we had upgrades?
There are upgrades.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you explain upgrades to me, please?
You mean like that?
What did you say? You?
You mean like taking up? It's basically upgrades, isn't it?
I mean, like, you mean those things when you just you click the button and we're rewarded for it like a minute later. Weird. Yeah, I think you could also attenuate any concerns that argument would bring up if you made it so that your whatever was the idle animation was distinct from the actual movement or attack animation. Whereas in StarCraft, units reuse movement and attack frames as part of their idle animations. Like even the vanilla animations did this, which is like when the Marine like takes his gun and he like starts scanning the area, and then he brings his gun back to his chest. Those are the same frames as that are used in the idle or in the attack animation. But I think you get a lot of value out of that personally. So, oops, I didn't mean to open sprites a second time. All right, so it's 12 and 3, 3, 2, 7. So I'm not actually going to be keeping this for the Wendigo because I don't think it's important for that, but I wanted to test the actual size back, like side by side, basically. So. Oh yeah, the new test map is here with all the units. So I finally decided to say, fuck it, let's do that.
Standing by. Roger. Vector locked in. Coordinates received.
Where's an SCV anyway?
Go ahead, come in. Vector locked in. Reporting in.
I actually think it should be even smaller for what he's looking for. But I don't remember the use case for it. Let me search it in. Oh, where's my? Here it is. Got it in the wrong window anyway. What do we got here? From iquare fusion. He just said he wanted it smaller. I don't actually have any other context, unfortunately. So maybe that's sufficient. I'm going to increase the contrast from the bottom of the frames because I felt like it wasn't enough there. And I'm not going to say it's like the best thing in the world, but I think he'll be able to make use of it all the same. Besides, if he was expecting the best thing in the world, he asked the wrong fucking guy to do his work. But I think it should work out fine. Okay. So he can tell me if that's small enough. I can always make it smaller later. Yeah, they do feel like completely random pixels when I'm editing them or when I'm even previewing them, but in-game they look fine. So, okay, so I'm going to disable that in the config. And, you know, maybe I'll use that later. So nice to have infinite flingies. So nice, man. Let me tell you. Once we get the flinging extender and image extender ported to the DAT files, it'll be even easier for me to navigate between them as well, which is really nice. And I won't need to worry about like these data rewrites. I can just set them in PyDat. Thanks to Veeq, the man.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks to you, dude.
It'd be nice to also have units extended bonus.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I guess you can just do that immediately.
Hopefully it's actually easy to port all those extenders to be usable by the new formats.
You're very quiet, so I didn't catch the last part of that.
I said that I wonder if it's easy to actually port it to the new format, like the extenders.
Like port the images in Flingy?
Yeah.
iquare said it was really easy for him when he was doing the sprite stuff, so yeah.
That's
The
nice.
issue is the issue is that like actually doing the units and weapons and orders, I think, is really challenging. But maybe I'm wrong about weapons. I think weapons and tech data were supposed to be easy from what iquare told me, but I don't remember if he then found more information on weapons. I think tech data is next after we're done dealing with like the images and Flingy redo so that it works with PyDat. I'm also after that I think we're going to work on like making it so that the AI can have more than 64 units in their attack or 63 units in their attacks. And then I don't remember what else was.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. I remember iquare actually tried to do something with extending those attack call.
Yeah, I think there's only like one or two things that we missed when we were doing that. I think the same thing is true for CCMU as well. Like a lot of those extenders have been attempted, but then we like until we fixed this desync issue that was pretty recent, like that was lording over HYDRA for a very long time. If you remember when we stopped playing HYDRA for a while in the middle of this year and we were exclusively playing CS and Fraud Nights, that was because of the desync issue. And then we played like against AI only and we were like, oh wait, we can actually do this. It doesn't desync. That's crazy. And then we found out like, oh, it does desync in PvP, but not against AI. That's really weird. And so then we were able to investigate it. But yeah, it's like with that gone, it was kind of unlucky timing because we immediately jumped into the egg rework to free up the unit IDs. And if we hadn't done that, I think the mod would have been more stable and we probably would have just focused on other extenders. But we might as well have jumped into the egg rework when we did. Like I don't regret it, even though the current build is not super stable when fighting against Zerg AI.
Yeah, hopefully the egg issue is resolved like until tomorrow.
I'm thinking that like I thought that I was pretty confident that we would be able to do it today. The problem is that I didn't know about the A's conflict, but I'm hoping that I was able to give iquare a solid set of motivation, because every single time he was asking, like he would tell me about something related to the every time I was like, what do we do now? What can I do to help? You know, I kind of like kept forcing the issue, I guess, today. I was like, what can I do to help fix this? But like, at least it was from a perspective of like, I'm trying to help, just give me a task to do and I'll try to do it. I even tried to do the fucking ace shit, even though it was way over my head. I don't know what was going on there. But hopefully that was a nice little signal to him that he's not like dealing with it alone. He has been having a not very solid time dealing with all the bug fixing. That's why I was asking you earlier today about the issues with the, what was it, the debugger that we might be able to inject into Starcraft itself. I was asking you about that because I wanted to
be very helpful. If
I wanted to basically make it so that it wasn't as annoying to track down the sources of these crashes. So that, like, I mean, obviously it would help all of us, but specifically, like, something about iquare that's very obvious to me anyway is that like he very much is, he's like really interested in the next thing. So like you and I had that conversation about what Folka was saying in the HYDRA chat off stream yesterday. Folka had like left some messages and I eventually responded to them after I was done.
I was reading that actually.
Yeah. So one of the things that Folka brought up is like maybe we should be spending more time working on like the new engine instead of working on the these new units and stuff. And like it's a fair point, right? And I said as much in my response. But iquare said like today, he's like, after we finish these egg issues, what's next? Are we implementing new Zerg structures? Are we implementing new Zerg units? He's just on to the next one, man. Like iquare really likes to implement new things, be they systems or units or abilities or whatever. He's really like, he's an experimenter.
Yeah, I will honestly say it's very enjoyable to do those things.
Yeah.
That's probably why I also did the like the worker changed today,
Right.
and why I pretty much over-engineered tooltips.
Well,
I mean, they are pretty good, but it wasn't like he didn't request me to do as much. From what
no,
I recall.
and maybe there's too much info. Honestly, I don't know. That's something that we'll have to wait for response, like feedback for. But I also think it's fine to give it a shot. You know. Oh, did I? Oh, importing from frameset, exporting vertical. That's what I screwed up. Okay. So there was something here. It was like something Aatrox Terran reskin. And we probably want the lightness to go. Oh, never mind. Yeah, this is one where I'm going to probably take that top part. And I think I'm going to... Alright, we'll call this Terran Reskin 3. Because 3. But yeah, I think what I'll do for this one is I'm actually going to take the... top half of the original here. I don't want to darken that part. Oh, okay, thanks. That is a pretty amazing update there, Loler. How you doing, dude? Merry fucking Christmas Eve, dude. Alright, let's see here. We've got 3840 width. And how many frames? 15. It's 256. Wow, that's cutting it real close. Okay. There's probably some way to do this where well, I guess I can just do it this way. And then I can move over here. Wonder how many times I'm going to have to do this. Oh wait, I should do this one as well. Oh wait. There we go. I definitely think this is a superior lighting for that, but that's why we need to do some of this stuff.
I have the baby.
Okay. Thankfully, this is not a building that actually moves. Just lights up in different areas. Okay. Oh yeah, I should also re-index to make sure everything's good there. Okay. Oh, I need that. Export out frame sets. Control port. This one should be a little bit more straightforward. In theory. I don't know, man. I kind of like that one. Looks like this is also a 256er. All right, we want to keep that detail. So this is where we just create a copy and do the same thing as before. Oh, no wonder. Oh, I see what happened. Let's do it this way then. That's kind of annoying because now I have to recopy all this stuff, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not so many frames. Does remind me though, I definitely should make sure to do it this method in the future as well. Merry Christmas, Don. Hope you're having a gay old time. If you know what I mean. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Oh, wait. I should also make sure that that's still the right... Yeah. Okay. Bonk. Have a good one, man. You hope Santa turns your head into a crow for Christmas. That animation is like, I watched that video in double speed the first time, and so I did notice it, but I was like, all right, whatever. Fuck you, simulation. But it was pretty intense. I'll say that much. Oops. Wait, why am I copying this stuff? The engineer, I already have a version of this from Toddborn that I can give him, so that's fine. How many? 146. Okay. And then I'm runner T. What's up, Terran Dominion? Merry Christmas, dude. Looks like there's just 34 here. How many is in this one? 153. Just for myself later on when I export all these. I love it when it's easy, dude. I love it when Restream chat crashes, dude. I don't even understand why that happens. Very strange. 374. Wow, that's a high frame rate unit right there. So for this one, I'm thinking we should probably keep the caution sign. Although it's gonna look a little weird with this color scheme, but should be fine. And then I also want to keep the light up area. We'll just, I think we'll also use a more gray one for this, which is like this one, I think. No, maybe not. 2 is slightly more gray. Guess I can drop the saturation a bit more.
Hi.
What's up, dude?
Good, I guess. So, looks like most of the guys already bailed, and I should have some more silent time. Which I think is good.
That is always nice. Oh, wait.
So how is progress on your stuff?
So far, so good, dude. Wait, what? I don't understand. I can't deselect the stuff that's outside the panel? Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
What a bug. Whatever. I know I have to move it 160 pixels. That's pretty dumb, though. The paste in place function actually working. Fucking color me shocked. Okay. You should check DMs for a bug report. At least I think I sent it to you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to serialize it. My bad.
No problem. Just wanted to make sure that it was good to go there. All right, this is good now. And that was 374. don't know what fucking image that one is. Let's close this as well. And we can close these for the time being. Okay. So importing from frame set. Good to go there. Merry Christmas, Shrek HTP. Whoever you are. Wait, what was this anyway? This is... Oh, power station. Um, 2816 divided by 11 is 256. I'm not actually sure what the animation is here. It's just some very, very faint flickering of lights, which is pretty dumb. Okay. So I'm gonna have to make a copy of this one too. And grab some stuff from it, because it also has that front that needs to be carried over. $11 frames for this one. All right. I don't think we have too many more to do now. We got private, which I also already did at some point. I don't know if I did the corpse. So this is 32 frames. Oops. That actually was super easy thanks to my work earlier. We'll say import, teleport, 32.
I just pushed a fix for that PyGRP issue.
Oh, nice. I will pull it now. What is this anyway? Oh. What were you refactoring? Oh, you were refactoring some of this stuff.
I didn't actually change any gameplay stuff, so just code stuff.
Yeah, so I don't have to like rebuild or whatever.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just run and grab those Toddborn graphics. I think one of them was in here. Yeah, so this is engineer. Okay, just didn't want to forget those. And oops, pranked. Okay. And I can already tell you we're going to need to isolate a couple of things in this graphic. This kind of hurts my eyes to look at, not gonna lie. Have you started on a map with your silent time?
Yeah, I'm just starting.
You know what it's going to be about? Or what's going to go on? Is it a melee map?
Sort of. Yeah, it's gonna be a mini map with a lot of snow.
Ah, Christmas, dude. I'm kind of snowed out ever since I made Bale of Falls map, so. Mm-mm. Okay. Should be good now. Not sure what the animation is like for this graphic. Oh, okay. That's important info. The fuck? God damn it, Windows. Okay. All right, so we should, in theory, be good. Now we can do this. And I have no idea what the last graphic looks like, but with any luck, it won't be as involved as this one is. But it's all right, even if it is. Okay. So this is War Factory 18. I think he already has a version of the source graphic or the base for this one, but what's up, Knight of the Realm 01? How you doing, dude? How's it going? This is just stuff that iquare requested from me a while ago, and I want to finally give it to him for Christmas. That's pretty much it. How many frames was that? That was 20. Okay. Okay. And now we can compile these. Yeah, I figured this is actually 154. No, 152 maybe. It's supposed to be 153, so what the fuck is wrong with it? Flame Runner. Twitch is now the land of silence? Oh, you mean in terms of music? Yeah. Wrap them up in a nice zip file and stick it under the rust tree. God damn it. Don't say that. Well, this is supposed to be 153, so I'm not really sure what's wrong with it, so to speak. We have 17,520 divided by 153. No? So something's missing, or yeah, it is. It wasn't fully exported, it looks like. That's actually one of the easier graphics, though, so I can just do this. We can wait for it to finish, and then I can just process it. I didn't have to do any editing, so it doesn't need to be in the other format. Meanwhile, do this. Central port. And do this. There we go. All right. I think we're done here. All right. Christmas gift away, dude. See ya, iquare. All right. So that was a bit of impromptu, you know, but you got to do it sometimes. I got to use the bathroom. When I come back, I'll make a map. I'm back. Some hilarious shit with my dog, by the way. As you get with dogs. Yeah, dude, we picked the right time to come back, man. Yeah, I was finally converting some graphics to the Terran-ish color scheme as requested by iquare months ago, and I just never got around to it because I was so busy, and I never made time for it. I figured today was a good day to make time for it. Get dogged, idiot. Yeah, exactly, exactly, Baleful. Yeah, did you see Captaincy and Iron Foundry make their prospective appearances? Eventually, the Iron Foundry is going to handle the Penumbra. I actually dug up iquare's, or not iquare, Balathal's Spartan graphic and converted it to GRP format. I haven't put it in the game yet, but it's got some animations. I got a wireframe done for it, although the head is questionable. But Jun Young did a wireframe for it earlier, so I might throw that in there. I mean, I could spend this whole stream fucking conceptualizing stuff and like coming up with plans for new units. The captaincy is not the same as the... it's just going to be advanced infantry production. It's not going to be operative production, which is what the captaincy was before. So it's not going to be for the new engine. This will most likely be implemented in Brood War. Same for the Iron Foundry. Because basically it's taking the nanite assembly idea and applying it as a tier 3 production structure for Terran. How do I intend to differentiate this in the Foundry from the Protoss? I think the Protoss, it's going to be similar, for sure. The distinction with Protoss is that you don't need a level up in tech, right? So the equivalency for the Argosy, for example, is just getting an engineering bay and getting different add-ons for your starport. That's the equivalency for Terrans. So they don't unlock another production structure until way later. So essentially to show the escalation of tech trees, right? For Zerg, your units get additional morph options. For Protoss, I mean, you also unlock those through buildings, right? So for Protoss, you actually do build a secondary production structure very early on if you want to go into higher tier stuff, or you maintain your current tier, or you like increase some other things, right? Like specializing into other structures. Okay, bye! But yeah, in a nutshell, the difference is mostly the add-on reliance for Terrans. I also believe I'll be... I will most likely have the Penumbra move down to tier 3 and slightly reduce its stats and get its... make it so that it either doesn't require an add-on or requires an add-on that you can build without needing a Quantum Institute. But I'm not sure. I mean, like, one of the things that I'm still concerned about in the current setup is that you don't even get access to much from getting Quantum. The only thing you get from Quantum is the Phobos and the Penumbra in the current patch. And if I remove the Penumbra up to tier 3 or down to tier 3, then you will only have the Phobos and whatever else I add. So unless I'm adding like 4 or 5 new units, which would be a bit of a reach, I think, you're kind of out in that respect. Anyway, let's open up SCM draft for real this time. There's been a couple of ideas that have been circulating in the community in general, and the thing that I kept thinking about regarding this was the fuck. I keep thinking back to this idea, like, so Tiedemann had the idea of a map where one AI is controlling all 3 races, right? Like, basically Amon. It's not his idea, he didn't connect it to Amon, but that's what I immediately think about, because it's, unfortunately, StarCraft 2 has tainted my mind. But the idea of, like, multiple races for one AI, basically. I think I could go a step further. I'm not sure how I would actually do this mechanically, like how I would implement it technically. But I think I could take one AI and have it have 3 start locations, essentially. Like, it gets start locations created, like there are start locations set for it, and that's what it has. And it would behave the same way as start locations normally do. So the start location area, like, again, it's not really a start location, but the starting area 1, would randomize and either hit Terran, Zerg, or Protoss. 2 and 3 would also do it. And so you'd have a very strong likelihood of getting at least 2 different races. Could even get all 3 of them being different. Could also get all 3 being the same. And I think that would be an interesting angle to take. I don't know how I would actually go about implementing this in a way that makes sense. And I also think that writing an AI to manage Terran, Zerg, and Protoss is pretty intense. However, and this is a big
It also
however.
needs some engine fixes.
What do you mean?
Like workers won't actually expand using the other race.
Oh, yes, because if the... Well, no. Okay, so I really only need to randomize 2 start locations out of 3 because one of them, the actual AI's start location, would be set in, and he would be randomized as a player. So if he's Terran, then that's fine. But yeah, you're right that the AI wouldn't aggressively use... they would need explicit commands for every single thing in order to make use of the other races. My thought process is there's a chance that if I just take the HYDRA melee AI in its current state and refactor the header so that it acts as an area town, that might work. Because it does give them explicit instructions for a while. But you are right that, like, there's just a bunch of bugs with AI handling other races stuff.
Yeah, you can probably check my old map grab with many races on one AI. I remember it had like insane bugs.
Yeah. No, it does. It does. What's up, Tud P? No, this is live, dude. Actually, the last 4 or 5 days in a row, I've been doing this daily. So. What am I doing here? I'm working on my Project HYDRA. You can check it out at fraudsclub.com. It's a comprehensive overhaul of Brood War. And so you can check out our tech trees through the website. You get to see what's implemented already. Anything that has these dashed borders is not yet implemented. It's also marked as such. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff is implemented. We do have a bit of stability issues in the current patch, but, you know, we're getting there. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to be working on a map that you can play using this mod, but before, like the last couple of streams, I was working on the mod itself. Hey, you as well, Tud P. Cheers. Merry Christmas. Never thought you'd see the day when the Protoss are starting to come down to size after all the work going into them. Yeah, Zerg are not quite where I want them to be, but I actually don't know how, like, let's do this quick math here real quick, right? So we have Drone Overlord, Ireleth, Othsteleth, Alazaleth, Gazvaleth. I mean, it's not implemented yet, but... So I guess we'll just count what's implemented, right? So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So they've got 27 units. I mean, if you subtract Infested Terran from that, they've got 26 units. That's probably pretty small, I guess. Because we have 3, 8, 12, wait, no, 13, 18, 21, 25, 29, 33, 32, 4, 35. So Protoss have 35 units. I don't think there's any dumb cases here. Like, I didn't count the Interceptor, for example. I guess augers are not very often used. It's pretty much the only thing. So yeah, Protoss have 35, Zerga at 27, or 26. Terrans, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah. So Terrans are at 31, if my count is correct. So Zerg are still a ways off, right? They still need their like queen morphs to get up to 28, and even then they're still 3 behind Terrans, and Terrans are 4 behind Protoss or so, you know, in that range. Zerg are finally catching up, though, for sure. Yeah. I mean, they've got 4 new units in this patch. They got the Quasilisk, the Broodlisk, the Almaxilisk, and the Zoryusthaleth. And we do have 2 others planned that are Queen morphs. And there will probably be a Tier 4 Defiler morph coming, as well as some more swarming units. The problem with adding any additional units on top of the Nathrakor and Quasilisk and I guess Calculeth, even, or Calculisk, where's that anyway? The Calculisk is in a weird position because it's not actually a tier up, but it's definitively not a swarming unit because of the cost. And that's the main problem with having any of these cases where you have like, oh, here's a Zergling, and what does it morph into? You know what I mean? So there's so much that goes into actually getting up to that higher tier. There's a lot of APM, there's a lot of individual cost and stuff. And that's why I think before we can really go much further beyond the Queen morphs and maybe the Defiler morph, before we can go further with Zerg units, we do need to rework the larva spawns so that we have another version of the larva, the new larva, right? Yeah, there will be like the Defiler will morph into a tier 4 unit is what I meant by that. Drop some more info on it in HYDRA. It's probably too big of a sidetrack for right now. What do you think about a tier 4 to tier 5 spider mine that irradiates nearby organics? So I think that traps, which would be like the spider mines or the actual installation doodads, I think those are actually something that we should do more often in general. What am I? Oh, yeah, I was actually going to ask you about where you threw these. But yeah, I can do that real quick. Fuck, I completely lost my train of thought. I think traps are something that we should explore more often is what I was trying to say. Let me look at what you wrote in here. Yeah, okay, you're talking about stuff like this, the Demon Core. I probably wouldn't call it that, but it's cool. It's a thematic name. Should these tiles be buildable, Veeq? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I guess you could duplicate the high ones to also create higher glyph ones.
Yeah. I can't actually duplicate them because they use different tile colors. So.
Oh, yeah.
We have actually.
I think you updated those, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Oh wait, the brighter color is the high terrain. That kind of threw me off. Okay, so I'll just make these consistent this way. Okay, that should be good. Close that. It's actually a good thing that that happened because my keyboard was fucked. Why didn't I just close this? Oh, I guess I didn't. Oh, it wouldn't close because I had a dialogue open. How helpful. I'm pushing this now, so you should be able to grab it whenever it's up.
Thanks.
Wait, what program are you talking about, Kian? Before you nuked larva from the project, you played around with the idea of multiple larva variations. Yeah. The concept is to have a structure that you side grade. So instead of having a hatchery that upgrades into a lair, you would side grade it into some advanced hatchery. And the advanced hatchery would, at a slower rate than normal larva generation, spawn advanced larvae. That advanced larva would then allow you to go straight to Nathracore, Vorvaling, like the second phase, basically. So you would be able to go straight, build straight Nathracores or not Quasilisks, because those come from Vorvalings, but something like that. Bactylisks instead of Hydras, Gorgorcores or Devours instead of Mutas. In theory, there could even be a tier 3 version of this, where you can bypass, what do you call it? You could go straight to, like, Quasilisks, you could go straight to Guardians, yeah, you could go straight to some other shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, I guess Alcagalisks or Cascathalors or something. Although those might be part of the advanced larva. Yeah, I mean, the issue is, it feels correct to me to allow Quasilisks from an advanced larva, even though Quasilisks are a tier like a third nested morph. They're not tier 3 as a unit; they're tier 2, but you need to morph twice to get to them, if that makes sense. I guess I personally wouldn't care. Like, maybe they would be a unit that you'd be able to morph directly from Zerglings if I had the button set space for it or something. I don't really know. I can't even really think about that because of the button set issues. That might be something on the chopping block for later, though. The idea of being able to increase the button set stuff. And we've already talked about revising Skrylings so that they are part of a behavior instead of an actual unit, because they feel very, very dead end. And doing such a thing would actually allow me to create another unit that you could morph directly from larva, which would definitely be pretty cool, I think. I think maybe in such a case I might not have made Zoryusthaleths morph into Defilers, but I still think it's okay that that happens, precisely because of the fact that Zoryusthaleths, they are a control unit, they're meant for, like, assisting, and you can... I guess they're not really thematically connected to Defilers per se, but the fact that they're both specialists, I think, evens that out. Scourges in the alpha spawn on Guardians or Overlord's death. Yeah, they would spawn on those units and maybe others, and they were called Avengers in the beta. Yeah, very cringe name. So I came up with the idea of Vengeful Organ, and Vengeful Organ would be an ability or passive or something that would apply it to all allied flyers, or maybe all flyers in general. But I guess it would be all organic flyers. But it feels like such a small cross section, a very niche ability. So maybe it would just end up being something that only one unit would have. But then it feels very gimmicky, and it feels like Skrylings are relegated unfairly. Whereas I think if it's an ability that you can activate at the cost of energy or something to apply the effect, I think it's actually much better, if that makes any sense. Like, then you can, in theory, apply the effect to any flyer, and any flyer can benefit from it. And maybe they would spawn 1 per supply cost or something. So a Mutalisk would spawn 2, whereas Wendigo would spawn 1. And maybe then it's fine that it's not that it includes mechanical units as well, so that it's all air units, all allied air units, because the idea is it's a vengeful organ, and you're giving them the organ even if they don't have anything organic. Like, I think it's fine to brush past the pseudoscience or whatever and just say, fuck it, dude, it works. Because Parasite applies to mechanical units as well. And the idea is that the organism is actually out traveling through the queen that's casting it, and not something that's, like, manifesting and then gestating within the unit itself. So Yeah, right now we have the Basilisk, which is going to have to get a name change because of Bactilisk being very similar. They have this ability that while active, Basilisk attacks consume 10 energy to apply Parasite to their targets. You can imagine how fucking powerful that would be. I think there will be another Enchanter morph for Queens, but I'm not sure. I mean, the other thing is that Queens currently don't have room for 2 morphs. Like, they don't have room for any morphs. I think their button set is completely full. I mean, I guess I could move Infestation to their attack icon or something, because they don't have an attack. I mean, I could get rid of their attack, rather, and then move Infest... Once the new Infestation is implemented, it'll basically be their attack. And so I can move that over there, give that the tooltip, and have that act as an attack. And then I'll have one spot open for a morph. Like, I could move Parasite and Ensnaring Brood over to the right, and then add a morph button. That's pretty much it, though. Yeah, we'll have to get DF to, or somebody to create, like, a box, a present box or something, and then the lid pops off when the unit's done. And, like, the lid just fucking rockets off and fades out as part of the animation. And a unit, like, pokes its head out as the birth anim. That could be pretty epic. Do you remember the map where I finally gave the units voice acting and they were in space and one of the acid hunter was just going, oxygen. And, like, I just decided to keep that there because of how absurd it was. What a stupid fucking map series, honestly. All right, let me get out of here because I'm getting sidetracked. There's your presence, boy. I have the file somewhere.
Oxygen.
Yeah, there you go. That sound would play anytime you finished one of those guys and you're literally on a space station. Like, just in space. XD. Taking a look at this map. This was a map that I had put together at some point for this was part of my Deer Fucker series, or is part of my Deer Fucker series. All of these.
Right, I remember this. I think this AI you're looking at actually had some problems with building on the lower ground. Very
The blue one, yeah. Well, I didn't base layout them yet. The structures here are... I mean, this is like back when engineering bays were upgrade structures. It's like, this is so old. Total deer. What a fucking lark. This had traps, and now they're lobotomy mines. And whatever. What is this? So some traps are lobotomy mines, some traps are nanite assemblies. That's fine.
Oh, wow.
Just leave them there, TBH. And what is this? Alkaj chasms for wall traps, of course. I wonder about the other... Is there another side? I'm sure I used the... Well, I don't know if I used the right wall trap in this case, but... I guess I didn't use it in this map, but I'm sure I replaced it, is what I mean. This map was strange because it had you were playing as Protoss, and Zerg like arrived in one of 3 places. I think they could arrive here, they could arrive here. I think there was one other. Oh yeah, they could arrive down here. So there's 3 different locations they could arrive in, marked by those start locations, and that was randomized every time. And they were an ally to this guy down here. And then you've had these guys who were the Terrans, who were like meant to be specialist men. That was like a functional map, but I think I had a lot of issues getting the spawns correct, and having an AI that built from only having a worker. Like reliably building was very, very challenging, particularly since I wanted them to actually destroy traps when they were coming in. So yeah, it was pretty tough actually. And then this is an old map that I didn't finish in time for map crap, so I ended up redrafting it. And I gave this to Chalks for his birthday. He could not defeat the AI. It was not possible. And this is DF's birthday map. Wait, what does this say? You are darkened mantises. Do you want to play in windowed mode? That's right. I wanted to see if I guess I didn't make any or implement any custom music.
Oh my sweetheart, I have never been in love with anything as much as I'm in love with you. You always have a way with words. It must be why you are so good at kissing.
You are fraud. I am birthday. Mwah.
My love. Come back. I can't even chase you until an SCV picks me up.
Roger that.
What a disaster. Save your Todd-crossed lover. Report Rawflesh's DeviantArt page. 3. Oh yeah, this is before wireframes existed. This is a while ago.
Man, chase that fucking smoocher.
Hello, old friend. Glad I am to see you returned home after these many men. But the strange guest that ran away from you seems gay.
It's the frauds. I've had about enough of these lunatics. Ventilate them if you still want a job after this pandemic is over.
I'm not actually sure how much of that would work in the latest patch, but I think it would be pretty funny. Wasn't that the map that when we first gave it to DF Veeq, I think that map had like they were allied to the enemy or something. Your AI ally was not an enemy of the Protoss, the frauds. What a disaster. What I see. Oh, I've been muted this whole time in Discord. You have been destroyed?
Yeah, I was about to ask you if you're mute.
Yeah, dude. I guess I'll just unbind that for now. Okay. That won't happen anymore. I was saying, reminiscing on the thing that we had going on with DF's birthday map. where it wasn't actually the AI ally or whatever it was didn't wasn't an enemy of the frauds in that map, so it was a prank. Not actually sure what map to work on. That's the weird thing. Do I work on a new map? Do I work on this redraft of the first Terran map? I can get DF in on something real quick, though. Okay. I don't recall if I actually added... I mean, good luck ever finding anything in this fucking tile set anyway, but I don't think I ever added the little asphalt conversions to this tile set. Oh, I think I have an updated version of those somewhere. Would be nice to find them. Alright, I do have the bridge done. Good. Okay. Yeah, here we go. All right, I think there's a lot of these to actually do. That's what I think. So let me do the dirt ones. So we'll say crevices, dirt low. Oh wait. That's not the right set of dirt ones. Where are the dirt ones? I see dirt mineral ones, but not dirt regular ones. Surely I've actually imported the latest ones somewhere. And not just reuse those old ones that don't have the up-to-date shading and etc. Doesn't look like it. Let me open up another older map that actually has these. I can figure out exactly what's going on here. Yeah, looks like these are the ones. That kind of sucks. Alright, well, I'll just wait until I import the rest then. Oh, I guess I'll just do it now. Pretty epic. So those are the full minerals. I wonder if I just straight up didn't, like... I don't really understand, to be honest. I'm not really sure why the... stuff is like that. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna need to make another render of them. Which I guess is fine. Well, I guess I should do the upscaling thing. Okay. Oh, I see why I made these separate ones. Because it actually is brighter. That's why. That makes sense. All right. Then I just need to do group multi-selection and set these two unbuildable. And we're good there. Close this. Let me once again add these here. Let's say I just need to open up the editor MPQ as well. And voila. Okay. Mucho queso. I don't think I had really any plans for this map actually documented anywhere. Have you, Veeq, are you still here?
Yep.
Have you tested your refactors in game or not yet? Just to make sure that they don't break
There
anything.
were just like white space changes, like indentations and other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it couldn't actually break anything.
Well, with any luck, you're right, because I am going to push the latest tile set edits, and I figured I might as well recompile. All right, I've pushed the changes to the main commit so that people will be able to use. They'll be able to actually see presence and shit.
Cool.
Gonna add the stuff to the changelog as well. Mm. Okay. Those are in. Should be good there. Not sure how this has changed. But okay. Literally didn't I don't even have it open. Yeah, the brush palette bug you're talking about in the ice tile set is something that I can't fix without remaking the whole thing unless I want it to be out of order because I can't move stuff. So.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I just have been putting it off because it's annoying. Did I make mud? No, it doesn't look like I have. Oh, I don't know if I've actually deployed mud that blends with this new high terrain. Oh yeah, I did. Right here. So I'll add this to the brush palette real quick. I wish SI would give me the documentation for the file format so that I could just maybe I might not be able to do anything with it, but in theory one of us would be able to create a GUI tool that would edit those.
Yeah, that will be helpful.
And I mean, if our version is big enough of an improvement, he might even go as far as to actually integrate it with the main program. And that would be pretty banging as well, since then we wouldn't have to edit the file in an external file and then load it in through SAMDF. You know what I mean? Like, it would be even more.
Yeah, it would be even better.
Yeah. Oh my god, am I classic? Yes, if only Balethal. If only I could do something as basic as renaming entries. Or changing the order in which they display. Now that would be an epic Christmas gift, honestly. Sudden, what do you call it? Sudden open source.
Yeah, imagine that. Would be nice.
Yeah, Blizzard just emails me Starcraft source code.
Oh yeah, that would be even better.
Maybe if they email me a prefab high quality engine, since we're thinking completely fantasy land. We can fantasize that Blizzard actually designed a reasonable engine and gave me the keys to the kingdom. I talked about this very briefly in Special Bus, but I had a really psychotic dream where I was like, it was playing a roguelike in real life, and there was like an opponent
Sounds
who...
interesting.
What happened?
Sounds interesting already.
Yeah, so there's this guy who was like an enemy, and he had tamed a wolf or something, but his wolf wasn't even... I somehow knew there was going to be a wolf involved. Because, you know, dreams, you don't actually know what the fuck is going on. But I didn't see the wolf initially. So... he was like facing off against me in some courtyard, and I was like, fuck yeah, I gotta kill this guy. And then there was some other weird shit that happened where, like, I realized that if I wanted to have a wolf, I would have to grind a lot in the game of real life to get a wolf. And I was like, fuck that, dude. So then I just like started stabbing him and then stabbing his wolf. And he had 2 swords on him, so when I killed him, I picked up 2 swords and dual wielded and fucking killed his wolf. And then I was like supposed to go into a castle, and I was like, this game sucks. And then woke up. So that was my dream. There you go. I remember thinking, like, even in the dream, I was thinking, oh man, somebody probably thinks I'm a really bad person for killing this dog. I mean, it was a feral fucking wolf that was trying to kill me, but they'd be like, don't hurt the puppy. Meanwhile, I'm just like, fuck this wolf. I don't know why I was thinking of that while killing a wolf, but I was thinking of, like, animal rights activism. This dream sucks. I want to wake up. And then I do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There was some other psychotic stuff in there. Like, I remember I was, at some point before it turned into a roguelike, I was supposed to be, like, protecting a gate from enemies, but there were no enemies. So I was, like, waiting for them to spawn or something. So yeah, there was that. I think maybe I left the gate and walked into the courtyard. I was like, where are these enemies? And then that guy with his wolf spawned or something, but I don't remember. It sort of played out like clips of that Kingdom Come Deliverance game play out. But I've only seen clips, so I have no idea. Maybe I dreamed a new game. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. We're getting somewhere, I think. Right, I still have to do the conversion for those tiles at some point. I don't know about this guy starting in this position. I guess he does have a decent amount of build space, but he has to go pretty far out of his way to get anywhere. I think maybe if I moved his ramp over here, it might work better. Apparently this isn't in the brush palette, which is heresy. What do you dream about, Veeq? Do you dream about programming? You dream about Poiquert coming to you so you can meet your idol?
I don't know. I remember I dreamed about like Nave coming as like some weird thing. I think I messaged that
Some
once.
entity.
Chat. Yeah. Like that was a very weird dream. Didn't really remember much about it, but I remember it was weird.
Sounds pretty epic. What's the chat dream about? Tell me your dreams, chat. Actually, go to bed right now and have a dream, and then wake up and tell me about it. That's my my idea for you. It got pretty windy outside. I keep hearing the wind kick up every now and then. Hey, you can't send me a deleted screenshot? Someone who I know who smokes a lot of weed once told me that when they had to like cut back because they were low on money one month or something, they had these really insanely vivid dreams that normally they don't have. I was like, I guess you didn't know what you were missing there. Apparently that interaction occurs. Let's be real though, whoever programmed life is about as fuck as Blizzard.
Yep.
Get a load of this. You? Can't you me? I think I'll have to fact check you on that idea, mister. What do you dream about, roller skates? Do you dream about more audio files appearing in HYDRA? No, I guess that's acceptable. It's not copyright infringement, so it's fine. You infringement, actually. I wonder if he's ever had to deal with people actually dying in his games. I asked him about that back when we did those podcasts together, but he's not around anymore, so I don't get to talk to him very much. I could just message him on Discord, but I figured if he left my server, he probably wants to be left alone. Maybe he'll find time to join sometime in the future. Well, it was like right after, well, weeks, maybe a month after his cat died, so I'm pretty sure he was just like zonked out, grieving. Whenever he decides to make a return, I'm sure it'll be very triumphant. I certainly look forward to doing more episodes of the Big Boys Table with him. Yeah. Well, you can't really control that. So I'm not going to act like it's a good thing, but it's also not really something that we have much say over, if that makes any sense. Like, I believe he has what's necessary to, like, I believe he can crawl out of whatever negative situation he's in, be it financially, emotionally, physically, but he has to want it, and that's the part that's more uncertain, generally speaking. That when you're despondent as an individual, it's quite difficult to have anybody convince you of, like, oh, hey, you should try to do this. No. Yeah, doing Big Boys Table with Musk is the real dream. I don't know. I feel like he's been through worse, but sometimes people's breaking points actually they don't increase with time, so to speak, you know. So I can see why he might I can see where you're coming from with your fear. I just wouldn't don't let that like twist your interactions with him, if that makes sense. Like, as much as people need a friend when they're down, or they need some sort of support or stability, they also need to be able to see a way out. And that comes from within. You're not going to get anything sufficient by relying on everybody else. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all you can do, right? The fuck? This is a nice prank spot to force you to... I like that. Oh, I just realized there's a silent patch note that just went, or a silent update that just went out that I have not tested. Hopefully it doesn't cause any errors. We'll say I forgot about that. The gas container standardization. This is for the beta. Well, yeah, but he's got to create that stuff, you know? And he is capable. He's just got to... He has to decide that he is capable, if that makes any sense. And I don't know how likely that is, but that's the outcome I'm rooting for. Okay. Not actually crazy. Even, like, once we get these coastal things, even after we fix the color grading, I still am not really a fan of this area. I feel like I was lacking in ideas, and so I just decided to leave it there. Maybe until I got a better idea, so to speak. I don't know about that one. It's a pretty high value expo, but it is reliant on your allies surviving, otherwise you can just get harassed, right? So I like that. I actually haven't really qualitatively analyzed this map, but there were a couple of areas where I wasn't crazy about like where they were left the last time I looked at this. This was a redraft from a couple months ago, actually. Oh, well, I think sometimes it's helpful to talk with other people about things. I know that's a very vague statement, but I don't think he should necessarily hold that against you. So. It's not like you're over here calling him out or, you know, defaming his character or anything. I think I know what tile that is, but I need to find it first. Yeah, there we go. I think I was going to make this symmetrical. But the issue was that it was going to be pretty restrictive on movement. Oh, I guess it's fine. It's towards the bottom anyway. I mean, for my money, Meska is a pretty cool guy. Like I was saying earlier, I hope he, I'm hoping he ends up with a better situation soon. Or in a better situation soon, I guess. But I also know he's got to make that happen, and I don't know if or when that will happen. So. Let's do... Actually, I don't know if this is aligned. Looks like... Should be... Up here? No, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, let's just get the ramp placed. And we'll figure out what we're doing from there. Oh wait, let's do this. I guess that lines up fine, so whatever. Okay, so we've done that. I remember trying to come up with a justification for why these minerals were here. And I was thinking of some goofy transmission where your AI ally is like, ah, shit. Looks like those boys barricaded themselves in with minerals. Or something stupid like that. Not any serious considerations, but goofy transmissions that would be funny for that. Okay, that's pretty low in the tile set. Yeah, here we go. Looks like these are the same. What I will do is select these mega tiles, export. And then we will, import the graphics. Nice. All right, Veeq, I'm going to test this bug. I've imported this. It worked. That's how the bug happens. Would you believe it?
Yeah, I don't really understand why it's bugging out here, but not when I was
It's
testing.
because I modified the tile set. Like I actually added added tiles and then
Yeah, no,
cleaned
but
after.
I didn't see the like relation that would cause the issue. Only on like certain occasions.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like that either, my friend. All I know is you've got to fix it. I don't know how, but you do. Control I stopped working for no reason in PyMPQ. Add that to the bug list. Good luck triaging that. X D. All right, there we go. Nice. I've fixed those tiles in the jungle tile set. Now I can delete them. Oh, I'm sure I probably would be fine to message him. However, while I'm not saying anything is necessarily awkward, I'm not 100% happy that with no conversation he bailed without talking to me about estimated timeline, without even really saying the like giving me the benefit of simply saying I'm leaving and I can't, here's why, or here's a very basic reason, or even saying as much. The nature that he left is certainly strange and not one that I would like to not one that I'm super appreciative of. So oh, he did say take care and then left. Yeah, that was his last message. But yeah, I want to actually do a couple of other tile set edits. Keep forgetting to do these. I'm not even saying that he's like obligated to explain himself or to specifically to me talk, but he didn't show an indication that he would be leaving ahead of time. So just struck me as goofy. That's all. Oh, I don't need substructure. Mm. Okay. I think that's it. Should be sufficient for our immediate needs. Oh shit. I'm at the maximum mega tile group count. No way, dude. Well, I can probably find some other area to squeeze those in, but for now, I guess we'll leave it at that. Yeah, we're going to go all the way to tier 10 in the new engine, maybe beyond. Don't have any immediate, like, definitive plans yet, but I'm not sure, like, of what we currently have, if we'll keep that there and just expand up top, or if stuff like, for example, the Phobos would go from tier 4 to tier 8 or something like that. Like, I don't know what the scaling will look like. But yeah, there's probably going to be something like 100 units per race, not including buildings, obviously. So that might be the average. We might go over that, but we'll see where we go. See how we do. Well, the tile sets were always limited. This is actually a limitation of the tile set format, even after we've expanded the tile sets. They used to be 2048 groups, so half of what we currently have, before Farty extended them. We might be able to extend it further. I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff here, though, that in theory I don't need. Like leftovers from from older attempts or whatever. So I can consolidate, but yeah, it looks like it might be the end of the line for tile set edits. For the jungle tile set specifically, because it is very overloaded. We might have to really heavily consolidate. I'm not sure. But we'll figure something out. Okay. Still don't fully know what I want to tackle with this, but this will probably be the natural for this player. And I think their whole area in general is going to be contested by some Zerg. I think there'll be a Zerg whose natural or third is this area over here, so he's probably like roughly over there. Be one like top middle and one top right, although the top right one will be a little bit lower than the others. So I'm thinking like, let me see what we have here for forces. 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, something like this. Roughly speaking. Quick and dirty detailing over here. Not really detailing, but marking unbuildable areas. All right, let's do some quick water along here. All along the riverbank. This will probably end up being like the obvious natural for Arak over here. With a nice base in this area as well. Oh, this is the same one as before, yeah. I just never ended up doing much with the original concept. All right. I think we're getting somewhere over here. There's something almost eerie about this kind of water. It's kind of cool. It feels like surreal. I don't know why. But pretty neat. Mm. How's your map coming along there, Veeker? If you are still mapping. Veek may have fallen asleep. Caw! Wow, still nothing. I'm glad that like I swapped over to my chat with DF very quickly, and this is what I got at the very top.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Did you fall asleep?
No, I was just BRB
Oh,
for 1 second, and that you actually typed. So, what did you want?
I was just asking how your map was coming along.
Oh,
And then I thought you fell asleep, so I was like, caw!
no, I'm awake, as you can hear. Anyways, I've got the layout down. I'm replacing some bases, and because I will now mirror them and then add some ramps, and it should be playable, I guess. Then probably we'll need to decorate it.
Cool. How are you feeling about the layout compared to some of your other maps?
I know the starting locations aren't perfect because they are kind of on the borders, but I really wanted I had like an image of 4v4 map I wanted to create, and I couldn't really do much better with the limitations and size I have on width.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it will be good enough, or maybe
No,
I
and
will
sometimes
just
that happens with the size that you pick, thinking it's like, oh, this should be enough, and then you get surprised.
I mean, I can't go even wider than 56, so
Oh,
I guess I could expand on height, but that's not really where I'm lacking in space, I think.
a mega map. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like Arax stuff is pretty good. Starting area. I've got to link it to the rest of the map. Some sort of connective tissue will need to be deployed. So I know I want a base of some kind over here. And I know I want, obviously, base over here. And there. Alright. That'll leave enough turret room over there, I think. So I'm feeling like at this point, should probably call it in just because I've got to do some gift wrapping. But the patch is live. Play some games on it if you like. I would advise against playing against the Zerg AI because they are prone to crashing. Everything else should be good. Let me know if you find something not already known in terms of the current caveats. Check me out on Instagram. Check Veeq out on Instagram. Neither of us have Instagrams, but that's why it's funny to say. And that'll be that. Hope you guys have a great Christmas. I probably won't be streaming during Christmas, although anything can happen in 2020. So we'll see. But it's been real. Thanks, Veeq, for all the help today and all the other
Yeah,
days.
come on.
And yeah. Bye.
Bye.